What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday, and thanks so much for tuning in for today's episode of Chemical Guy's Detail Garage. Today, myself and Joseph are going to go over the do's and don'ts of what you do or don't do when you get a brand new car. So Joseph, tell us about your obviously brand new vehicle.
Yeah, it seems like we were just here, right? Like not too long ago for the Mustang. So newest project is the 2020 Veloster N. So this actually got Road and Track's Car of the Year. It became very intriguing to me. I had to see what it's all about. I've always been a huge hatchback, hot hatch type thing.
You get their Hondas, right?
Exactly, with the Hondas. So I mean, though I've had 4 Mustangs, I've actually had 4 Honda CRXs, which have been a blast. And this just, dude, I couldn't pass it up.
So brand new, right off the lot, right? You even specially ordered it and had it tucked away so nobody else
That's right.
Touch it.
Yeah, originally they pulled it on into the showroom floor, of course, because they wanted to showcase the unique vehicle. And I asked them to please pull it off the showroom and just tuck it away, because you know how the showroom gets. People touch it, just caress it and scratch stuff up,
exactly.
abuse it.
The paint is
beat it.
Pretty pristine condition, but being that it's a new car, there's some things that you should be cautious of, especially if you just bought a new car, because obviously they're expensive.
Yeah.
And we want you guys to have the most fun detailing your vehicle, but also being safe at the same time. So starting right off the bat, a lot of people will just, either think that it's clean enough and just leave it that way, or maybe they'll take it to a mobile car wash, or not even a mobile car wash, like a coin car wash.
Yeah.
Rinse it down. Octavio, the guy behind the camera, said that some people will actually just put a clear bra on their car. That's what he says that he's planning on doing with his brand new car. And we wanted to show you guys exactly what's on the vehicle. So even if the car was inside of the showroom, it's still contaminated with fallout. It could have residue from the wrap that it had on there when it was transported. So it's always important to strip away anything that's on the surface, whether it is old residue. It could be glaze, sealants, or waxes that the dealership used, or anything else like contamination from sitting outside, right?
Yeah, and then a lot of times too, they'll come straight from the factory, and it sits out at the ports for a while. We never know how long it'll be. So wow, I don't know what that was.
What happened?
Sounded like a pterodactyl was flying by. So, but yeah, no. So that's the main thing.
And a pterodactyl.
Yeah, see, there you go. Oh, nice. I like that. I like it. So yeah, but we were talking about methods of protection, and you have your sealants out there. You have your PPF, which still might be an option for me as well. PPF, paint protection film, is going to be great for those people that do a lot of spirited driving, canyon runs, track days. But for right now, I think we got other plans, right? We're going to mess around with it.
Yeah, but you've always got something up your sleeve for new cars. Like, if
That's
anybody has seen Joseph's vehicles in the past, the Fiat, the Mustang, or anything before that, you know that it's not going to stay stock for long, right?
No, it doesn't. Yeah, but this one is going to be totally drivable, and it's going to be, good times for sure.
You said that your Fiat was drivable, and that was static dropped in.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was probably my craziest build of all, for sure. So yeah.
Go check out that video. Maybe we'll link that one in the video too, so they can check down below. So aside from the washing process, there's also things like the interior that people jump right into because it's brand new, it smells great, and then things start deteriorating, like the staining up from your seats, because it's still a car, and things happen where you drop things and that messes it up, or you forget to put some kind of protection on the dashboard or the plastics and they start discoloring or cracking. So
that's true.
It's also, now that it's brand new, now's the best time to start protecting it so that it lasts as long as possible. So Joseph doesn't like anything that really shines or has a greasy touch, so he doesn't put any kind of protection on his dashboard, but what he'll do instead is you'll put on some kind of spray like Inner Clean or Total Interior.
Yeah, I usually like Total Interior. Total Interior is great because it's a cleaner and a protectant, no type of shine, but also it's good for navigation screen, even glass and stuff. So it's kind of like a one-all, does-all type deal. My other favorite too will be Silk Shine on the high traffic areas, such as your door seals.
A place that people commonly forget to.
Exactly, and you have your tennis shoes, so as you do that motion, you get a little scuff on there, just that little, feels good, a little breeze happens and stuff, and that's what you'll go ahead and do to wipe it on down. Works out really well.
So let's take a walk around the vehicle.
Yeah, let's do it.
You can explain it to Octavio and the guys watching.
Okay.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. So yeah, first thing that I fell in love with definitely is this color. I mean, that's the reason why I went with this beautiful ice blue. And just like with the Mustang, that was the Orange Fury. I love those type of colors that you could go and play with. So excited to see what type of products that we're going to go ahead and test out here. Also the wheels, you have a really nice setup to where you have a 19-inch, which fills up a lot of that wheel gap. Now we will take care of what's remaining as far as a little gap, but still those beautiful 19s are wrapped in Pirellis. You got the 235s squared all around, so that makes it really good. Now again, I don't know if we're going to dive too much into the inside, but the inside's very, very simple. The key thing is that if we notice that light blue seat belt right now is something that I'm really paying close attention to, because
let's show the audience. Open that door up.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do the little thing here. So Again, so with this is the thing I'm really going to pay a lot of attention to, because that is a high traffic area and you are dealing with a light color material. That means such things as like grease, dirt, makeup. That is going to be your enemy for something like that. So we definitely want to go and keep that protected, and always keep a bottle of lightning fast nonsense, something like that, readily available to clean it up. The rest of the materials in the car are very simple, very clean. So you're dealing with a lot of plastics. You do have leather on the steering wheel, and the rest is going to be pretty much just the carpet and cloth. Easy things to go ahead and maintain, but I also found, you know, it's just very user friendly. As you're sitting in the cockpit, everything feels good. All of the display is right there in front of you where it should be. And that steering wheel, I mean, whenever you put your hands on it, just the girth of it, just the feeling of it is just outstanding. I love it. So, all right.
World. Back to your seatbelts, though. A lot of people ask us, is it okay to detail seatbelts or headliners? And being that seatbelts have a fire repellent coating on there, a lot of people didn't know that. They have a fire repellent coating on there. It's always a good idea to just damp your towel and then scrub away any kind of staining rather than spraying it on there. Or I've had people tell me that they'll pull the seatbelt outside of the car and then hit it with a pressure washer, which sounds awful for your paint. And
oh my gosh.
Just imagine that buckle whipping around. Speaking of buckles, Ricardo was asking me, why do I move mine off to the side?
Oh yeah.
And it's because as a mechanic in training, as well as also detailing, I've always been afraid of leaning up against the car and scratching it. So some people call it weird, but I pull it off to the side just so that the buckle's not rubbing up against it.
That makes sense.
My basket we've built. It's like 10 years old now.
No, yeah, it looks good. I like it. Just in case of any thrusting happen close to the car as you're just trying to really, you know, just do this. Last thing you want to do is grind that metal buckle up against the thing. You know what I mean? So
could be worse.
That's right. Now coming up to the rear end, I definitely appreciate a very thick and chunky back end on a vehicle. So I fell in love again with this. The design of it is really cool. The light fixture is really, really cool on here. Let me go ahead and hit a little. Of course that didn't go ahead and, okay, and I guess it doesn't. Yeah, I know. Okay, I was trying to get
it locks and unlocks, huh?
Yeah, no, like it looks really, really cool. Plus you have the beautiful third brake light, which is a unique touch. Usually you'll see something like that on the lower portion of the vehicle or within the glass.
Kind of an F1 race car?
Exactly, very much. And this one, again, like it's meant for a lot of spirited driving. The N, with a lot of people kind of like, you know, don't know what it means.
Yeah,
hey, like,
I was going to ask that same thing too.
So that was actually coming from the Nürburgring. That's one of the places where Hyundai is doing a lot of their testing, and it's also a main city to where they do some of their development, but I can't remember the name of it. It's some unique name, so I'll have to look that up.
I thought it stood for like noise or something.
It might noise. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. And then there's the diffuser and the exhaust. I mean, hopefully we will get a clip of how this exhaust sounds, because to date this is the most beautiful sounding aggressive note that I've had. The snaps, the crackles, all that stuff.
Also very unique when you were driving it. I was like, that's a very different sound.
Not what you would think
it's
coming
like a little raspy, a little poppy.
So it's
interesting.
Works out really good. So yeah, and you do have some different materials, as we were talking earlier. You have the gloss black surface over here, which I'm curious to see how sensitive this is going to be.
Exactly.
On the Mustang, on the Challengers, that section of the gloss black by their trunk and stuff is known for just being ridiculously hard to maintain.
So on that note, it's always a good idea to use a soap that has a lot of suds.
Sure.
Which is going to help lubricate your washment, or when you're using a quick detail spray or waterless wash, saturate the towel before you start wiping away. This way you're having the most lubrication, so you're not scratching, obviously.
That's true.
Unless you feel like polishing this, and then...
No, I know, because that's usually what will have to happen.
Yeah.
The other thing what you'll notice, and something that we often talk about, the exhaust tips. One of the main things that I know, though, I mean, this is a 2-liter turboed car. Anytime you're dealing with a turboed vehicle, those things will kind of build up pretty quickly. So for something like that, I'll do easy wipe down of something like a synthetic quick detail in between, but then eventually hitting it up probably with light metal polish, something like that, just to keep that nice looking shine, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah,
anything
that's
else
the
you
baby.
want to talk about on this brand new vehicle?
No, just excited. I mean, like, you know, for what it is, I've been having a blast. Again, it is a 2-liter turboed engine at 275 horsepower stock, which actually for something this size, 275 is not that bad. By the time that I get done with a couple little touches, I expect it to be right around like 330, somewhere around there, which should be totally fun.
And it's stick, right?
It is a stick, yeah, and then it has a lot of different features, like you could change the exhaust, the suspension, literally your dampening to soft, hard, eco. A lot of really cool features in a small package.
Yeah, very nice. All-wheel drive, or is it?
No, front-wheel drive. Yeah.
Yeah, some say that's okay, I guess.
Yeah, you know, it's something different, you know?
Yeah. Alrighty, guys, so this has been the first installment of the do's and don'ts of detailing your brand new car. You can use the same techniques and procedures on your used car or the new-to-you car to make it look its best for as long as possible. So if you like today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, drop your comments down below for future videos or anything you want to see done to this Veloster. And we'll see you guys next time right here in the detail garage. Nice piggyback, Joseph. You're just doing hand motions.
Hey, you know, that's...
What is this, an airport?
I like the piggy.